everybody. Welcome to Horror and Coffee. I am your host, Ralph Perez. I've been running this Horror and Coffee channel for quite some time. And joining me tonight is my old buddy over here, Pablo. Say hi,
Hello,
Pablo.
hello.
Yeah. Pablo and I go way back, right?
Way back.
Way back at the time. And and I have Robert from Robert Makes the Cut, but tonight he is Robert the Clown. And why is that, Robert? Why don't you share with everybody what you did?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I went to Creek IE, the con we had in Ontario, California here, and took a little group photo with the
Isn't
cast
that
of
something?
Terrifier 2.
Look at that. That is awesome. That's Damien Damien Leon.
Yeah.
Over there, the director, the creator of Terrifier, and I see the guy who played Art the Clown. I forgot his name.
David Howard Thornton.
Yeah, him.
You know what's crazy?
What?
The director, Damien Leon, applied the makeup prior to his appearance. He went to his, they're all in this, another YouTuber was, what do you call it, documenting that. So right before they're in the hotel room staying there. So, to prep them up, Damien,
is great.
master of all talents, I guess.
I'm telling you, that really great. And let me tell you, these guys, that exact cast is going to be at the Monster Mania Horror Convention in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, March 11th and 12th, which is coming up next month. I always go to Monster Mania. I hope to go again this coming, and maybe I'll find myself with a picture like that.
We went together once, right?
We went to Chiller.
Oh, that was it.
You did not.
Is that the one they didn't let us in?
Right, that one.
Remember that?
They didn't let us in, not because we were jerks or anything, ladies and gentlemen. Just for clarification, we did not go in because it was sold out. It was crowded. They couldn't let people in. There were safety protocols they had.
It was the whole Walking Dead thing.
It was the whole Walking Dead time, and there were so many people there to see the cast of The Walking Dead. They kept the rest of us peons out. Very sad day for us. But you know what? We got through it. We survived it. We're here. We're live right here. And I'm not having coffee right now because I'm having wine.
Oh.
I'm having wine because I need to get the edge off, because if the topic that we're going to be discussing today is definitely going to be throwing me off kilter. So I definitely need some wine instead of some coffee, because what the coffee is going to do is rile me up some more. Because, hold on.
We might as well get the bottle.
I know, right? Get the freaking bottle out.
Horror and bourbon.
Yeah.
Change the name to.
Yeah.
Where's the bourbon? Remember that? Where did I get that from?
I don't know.
Oh.
Come on.
No, I don't know.
Where do you keep the bourbon?
Oh, Batman, right? No, not Batman.
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors.
Oh, I should have known.
What part? Like what?
That's the dream when the blonde girl's in bed and her mother wakes her up.
Yes.
And,
Okay.
she's like, and then Freddy Krueger shows up. Where you put the bourbon? And he kills her.
Oh, funny you should mention that Monster Palooza. I'm going to attend that in June. Robert England is going to attend.
Somebody's not happy that I'm not having wine with her.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I could. Don't worry. I have plenty more. We'll share it. Don't worry about it. We're good. We got this. Don't worry. Oh man. Now you know what? I might as well go off the air right now because I just screwed it up. I screwed everything up.
Go get some coffee.
Just
go get some coffee.
I can't get some coffee. I'm gonna have to brew it, and it's gonna take some time.
Water. That's just.
Water. You're gonna get some water, ladies and gentlemen. This is Horror and Coffee, and the reason why the topic we're covering is not necessarily a horror topic, but
it is horrific.
It is horrific.
It is.
It is horrific
agree.
Because it bothers me about what's happened. When I first found out about this, I was deeply disturbed. It disturbed me to the point that I did a little short of it on my channel, but I also felt that it really needed a bigger audience right here, right now. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna. I'm not making coffee. I promise.
Oh, you can't.
She's playing with me. She's messing with me. You know. Yeah. Don't worry. No coffee beans here. Um, what I am gonna do right now is I'm gonna because I want to invite more people on this. So I'm gonna add the link again. Even though
Sure.
I did it early on, I'm gonna do it again because I want other people to join in. I'm gonna do this periodically throughout our discussion to see if anybody wants to come in and chime about this topic. I just put the link in if anybody else wants to join. But here's the deal. AMC, the greatest, biggest movie theater company in this country, is doing something with its pricing policy. And here's,
What are they doing, Ralph? Tell us.
well, first of all,
Horse
Carlito's
and
here.
coffee.
I feel ripped off. Somebody told me this was whores and coffee. I was like, yeah, stupid.
The wrong channel.
Carlito, wrong channel, Carlito. I don't know where channel you're watching. But here's the deal. Um, you know, the idea is that AMC, they're changing their ticket pricing. Now, look, we understand inflation. We understand that prices go up in everything over time, right? There's been rise in prices in milk. There's been rise in prices in rice. There's been prices in gas. There's been prices in everything. You know, I went to see Phil Collins, seventh row from the seat in Madison Square Garden in September of 1990. $25 a ticket. $25 a ticket.
Yep, I
You know
remember
how much
shit.
those tickets ran for that same row? Last
Okay.
time he was doing his Not Dead Yet tour, which was a few years ago before the Genesis tour, and the Genesis tour was another thing, like $1,000 a ticket. How did it get to $25 to?
And that's probably cheap too.
$1,000?
Like if you consider like you know the other concerts that are going on now, like in the front row, like Taylor Swift, right? The whole thing that was going on.
Yeah, the Taylor Swift fiasco.
Yeah, it can go up to 5 digits. You know,
Exactly. Which is my point.
insane.
Here's the point. AMC wants to do something called Sightline pricing. Sightline ticket pricing. Look at this. Look what Lenore says. Madonna 40 years celebration tour, $1,000 a ticket.
And that's probably like the
The
nosebleeds.
yeah.
Yeah.
Celebration. God, it's like who's celebrating? Madonna is.
I'm not going to be celebrating if I pay $1,000 for a ticket.
Yeah.
I'll be lamenting.
Madonna's
Madonna's lamentation tour. You're gonna like waste not waste, but maybe necessarily, but blow all your money. You know, I'd rather have the nosebleeds, personally, especially when it comes to Madonna, because I really don't want to be close up and looking at how her face looks now. You saw the Grammys?
Bendito.
Yeah.
She did that to
Oh,
herself.
God.
I
That
don't
ain't right,
bendito-
Ralph.
I don't bendito nothing. She did that to herself. She wants to look like that, but then take what comes with it. That's how I think. Anyway, back to AMC. Ladies and gentlemen, they're changing. Here's how they're going to do it, this Priceline ticketing. They're having people pay a little extra more money than the regular ticket pricing for, you know how like when you go into a movie theater, you tend to try to go to the middle area, to the center, right?
All right.
And then, you know, in the center area, those rows, you know, because that's like the perfect view of the screen, right? The perfect view of the screen, the sound, everything. They're raising the prices on those tickets. However, if you don't want to spend that much, you can get the cheap seats. Where are the cheap seats? Right down in front, where people are like this, looking at the thing, like this, right? So, and then the regular pricing, I'm sorry, I failed to mention this. The regular pricing is off to the sides and all the way towards the back, I believe. Now, I've heard different things. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put up a chart that I found that I'm going to share with you how they're going to actually plan to put this together. Ready? All right, here we go. Here is the new AMC Theater seat pricing Sightline list. Okay, and what we have here is a very interesting thing here. Look at this. Look where it says value Sightline. For $2 less, you can get the first row.
Wow.
You can save $2. You can
And there's a catch with that, Ralph, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes because I also did some research on this too.
All right.
See, I came prepared.
Oh,
yeah, awesome. I came prepared. I got some notes.
Nice. Pablo's notes.
Yeah, even though I did this 10 minutes ago.
Oh, wow.
Pablo, you should make a YouTube channel called Pablo's Notes.
No, mine's going to be horse and coffee.
No, I'm telling Gladys. Standards. All right, and look what's the green area is the preferred Sightline for an extra $2. So if you don't wanna, if you wanna make sure you sit in that area in the theater, so you can get the ideal view of a screen. Let me emphasize that it's a screen. It's a screen. Okay. $2 extra. Now, having said those two, the red and the green, then there's the rest. The standard Sightline is right behind the first row, and it's the regular pricing. The sides on either side of the preferred seating is the preferred Sightline. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, a lot of things come to mind when I think about this. When I thought about this, when I saw this, I was like, are they trying to end their business? The movie theater industry, we just came out of a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic, shut the damn planet down. Movie theaters were out of commission for months on end. And then, we thought that AMC wasn't going to survive it. They survived it. And the reason why it bothers me so much is because AMC is my favorite theater to go to. I have what's that called? An A-list membership.
Oh yeah, so do I.
Right? So that's a problem for people. Okay.
Well, if you're an A-list,
it doesn't affect me.
It doesn't affect you.
Yeah,
you're right.
So and maybe this is me, but maybe they're using this method to make people subscribe to the A-list account more.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
This is wrong. And just to kind of give you my take on it real quick.
Yeah, please.
So you have 3 tiers, right?
Yeah.
And basically what they want to do is they want to do it similar to other entertainment venues or concerts we were talking about earlier.
Concerts, Broadway shows.
Yes, sports games. They do the same thing. It's the price is based on how good the view is. Broadway shows, everything. So they want to model that. So that's where they're coming from. But the thing with movie theaters and the movie theater experience was that I always felt that it was set apart from anyone and everyone were able to enjoy it in the same price.
Exactly.
It's not like buying a plane ticket in which first class. This you're separated from those that can afford it or those that have more money. But the movie theater, everyone paid the same price. You can order in advance or show up and get a decent seat. For the most part. But now with this 3-tier system, it's again, for those with low income, it's going to affect them, and it's mind-boggling what they're doing. This is a terrible idea that they're doing, and I think it's going to backfire. I really think it's going to backfire.
So too.
Yeah,
there's already a big backlash online. There's people coming out, even celebrities are coming out, and
Elijah Wood.
They're against it. And here's the thing with that value Sightline. Right, because they make it sound like for less you can go. The value Sightline is only if you are an AMC stub member. So if you're not an AMC stub member, you cannot you can't buy those tickets. You're just stuck with the standard Sightline or pay premium price for it. So they're forcing you to join their membership.
Yeah, like strong arming you, you know?
Exactly. And then I went to their website, right? If you go to
Yeah.
their website, the
Yeah.
very first thing they say is, "We continue to make movies better." That's how they started.
Oh, the Cole Kidman thing.
Yeah.
I'm
And
sick of that video, by the way.
we're excited to introduce Sightline at AMC, a value-based program that provides moviegoers with multiple seating options to meet their viewing preferences.
It's
Come
a
on.
screen.
It's a way to make more money and to really just separate those that have and those that don't.
Can
It's
you
terrible.
imagine? Can you imagine having, let's say, you buy the preferred sight line and you're sitting in the green area and you're like, ha, right? And you're there and chilling, right? And then you see some people in the front row. You know what they're already they're like, look,
Just like
look,
first class
they're in,
seating.
they're in the
Yeah.
cheap
You-
seats.
you-
They're in the cheap seats.
Yeah, you have to
Look at them,
walk
they start
through the
pointing
first
and
class when you're boarding a plane, and you see everyone sitting there, like looking at you. Oh, you guys, going back there, you know. It's the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, if you're sitting in the far corner here or in the front, yeah, it's I don't know. It's just
Now, check this out. Lenore said something interesting here. It's already gone into effect.
oh yeah, it did.
My friends and I wanted to purchase tickets for Scream 6, but they're not available yet. So what's the deal with advanced purchasing? That's a good question.
No, this already started. I think last Friday they started in New York. I think in San Diego, and some other, and then they're going to roll this out to every AMC theater later on this year. So by the end of the year, every AMC theater is going to have this 3-tier pricing system.
I heard this is gonna happen after showings after 4 p.m. or something like that.
After 4 p.m. and
After 4
except on Tuesdays.
Right. Tuesdays is a special, like $5.
Oh, they have that $5 Tuesday still, right?
Right. But it's only a matter of time before they chuck that. You think they're
yeah.
going to keep that?
No.
They're going to push it because they release this to their investors, and that's really what it comes down to. The bottom line, got to please your
they're
investors.
trying to make money on the weekends. See.
I think they're targeting weekends more than anything else. Especially when those real big films kick in, like
Big
the
blockbusters.
blockbuster films that everybody's waiting for. As a matter of fact, Robert, you're going to see Ant-Man in a little while, right?
Yeah. Oh, and also, yeah, that's right. Also, I think last year, our AMC A-list subscription went up $1.
It did.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Over the years, it was like, okay, tickets were this much. Then tickets got a little bit higher. Oh shit, inflation. Here we go. Then tickets got then the pandemic happened, and then now they put it up a little bit more, and now they're gonna do this. Like that's gonna fix it.
And another thing I heard is that they're looking into charging more for big blockbusters, like big premium movies. They're thinking of charging more for those, like the big Marvel
Gotta
movies.
be joking.
But I don't think that's just AMC. I think that's across, like the studios, across the board are planning on doing that.
Marty said AMC will see a surge of people before 4 p.m. and discount Tuesdays. It's true. It's true. Imagine discount Tuesdays. That joint is going to be packed. Let me give you an example. Here in the Bronx, we have a wonderful thing here in the Bronx called the Bronx Zoo. Pablo, I think you know where I'm going. And the Bronx Zoo, on Wednesdays, it's free. You could go in for free.
Except parking.
Except parking. But
and they increased that.
but let me tell you this.
Crap.
But let me tell you this right now. For the life of me, I tell you the truth. Okay? As I got older and older, I was like, I avoid Wednesdays at the Bronx Zoo like the plague, unless I absolutely have to go or feel like it might be better for the situation, whatever. But I'd rather pay to get in because on Wednesdays, that joint is packed.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of cheap people going in there, like, and not. It's you know what? Let me be rude. Let me not say that. I take that back. That was wrong of me. I shouldn't have said that. It's not that we're cheap. We're smart, actually. A lot of smart people do not want to blow, like, I think it's like $20 now to get into the zoo or whatever like that, a person. So, you know, so it's not that we're cheap. We're not cheap. We're actually trying to save money, which is smart. But as a result, the consequence is a very packed zoo. Okay? That's what might be happening after 4 p.m. and on Tuesdays. I'm just saying, but at the same time, when I first heard of this, I said, "Oh, you know what? I'm not going to AMC Theaters anymore. I'm going to go to Regal Theaters." But it's only a matter of time before they follow suit too.
Yeah, that's true. I don't go to AMC. I go to Alamo. That's my theater of choice, and they haven't done this, and they haven't even mentioned anything like this. But Alamo has its also it also has its own problems, and
Really?
yeah, so like I'm Alamo season pass ticket holder, so it's $20 a month, and I can see a free movie a day. But they charge you a convenience fee, right? If you buy the tickets online. But the convenience fee is like almost $2. And let's say like we also going to see Ant-Man tomorrow, but we bought the tickets way in advance. And not AMC, Alamo does not allow you to use your season pass if you're going to reserve a ticket, more than 7 days. So you have to buy a ticket within 7 days. So I can't use my season pass if I want to see like a big Marvel movie, because you have to buy the tickets kind of in advance to get decent seating.
Yeah, and here's the problem. That green area in that screen there, that green area. Imagine when a big blockbuster, the tickets are about to go on sale, and people are ready to click on whatever on their phone, on their screen, whatever. Imagine how crazy that's going to be, because they're going to all want those who are willing to pay the extra $2, who it like they're like, screw it, I'll pay the extra $2. You know how many people are going to try to get that? That's going to sell out real quick before anything else does.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Carlito makes a good point on
Yeah.
online. He talks about, what about family of three? We're a family of five, and we're gonna
Yeah.
go see Ant-Man, and the tickets alone is like almost $100 for all of
Right.
us. You know,
Exactly.
they're like $16, $17 a ticket, plus that convenience fee for every ticket. It's like buying another ticket. Once you think about it, it's like I'm paying like an extra $8 just for the convenience of buying a ticket online on my app, instead of going to the actual movie theater to buy tickets there. So yeah, it's almost $100 just to go to movies for a family of five. So it's getting ridiculous. It's too
It is.
expensive.
It's
Yeah.
getting very ridiculous, and I have to say that you know, the movie theater going experience has always been something that us guys, Pablo and Robert, we can all
Right.
agree, it has always been a very rewarding, wonderful, fun experience. Many of our most fond childhood and teenage and
Oh
high school
yeah,
and college
definitely.
memories were about, hey, remember when we went to the movies to see this movie and this happened and that happened, you know? Because it was an experience. It wasn't just watching a movie. It was an experience. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I can think of, you know what? I might even do a video of this one day. My top 5 greatest movie going moments that happened to me throughout the years. Like, I think that would be a nice thing we could share
Oh yeah.
stories like that, right? And these movies, and them doing this business thing that they're trying to do to
Yeah.
make money, just, I don't know, I feel like they're popping the balloon now. And the truth is this: they've had a big competitor. Now let's talk about this for a minute, Pablo, especially you, Pablo, because I've heard you talk about this before in the past. Movie theaters in the last several years have come up, and this is even before the pandemic, have come up against the new sensational thing called streaming. As a matter of fact, Carlito shows it right here. Uh, I feel like younger people just stay home and watch Netflix. If I'm right, then the target audience is older people. What do you think of that?
Well, the one thing that movie theaters still has over something like streaming or staying at home is that it is an experience, and like young people, it's a place where like they go and hang out, they go to movies, they go on dates. So that's still I think the only thing that really the movie has over like streaming or staying at home. But more and more, people are staying home and just watching it on at home. I mean, with better television sets and better sound system,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you kind of getting that movie experience.
Experience at home.
Exactly.
The
So
flat screens are big.
they are competing, and plus the movies are now coming out on streaming much faster. Like
Yeah.
you only have to wait like maybe 30 days, 45 days.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do day and date where it'll come out, in movie theaters and streaming at the same time. Like, here's a perfect example. Halloween ends, right?
Boy, yeah.
Yeah, Halloween. Well, let me go back a little bit. Let's start with Halloween Kills, right?
Okay.
So because Halloween Kills, when it came out, it was still kind of like in the middle of the pandemic. People were kind of still wary of going to
Yeah,
theaters.
kind of leery about going back
Yeah,
to the theaters.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that kind of made sense. But Halloween ends. People were pretty much going back to movie theaters. We started going back to movie theaters and everything. When I found out that was coming out the same day, I decided to watch it at home. I didn't go to movie theaters.
Are you glad you did?
Oh yeah, the movie sucked, but that's another story. But the fact that because I was about to go to the movie theater to see it, but then it came out, and when it came out, I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I can stay home, I can watch it, in the comfort of my own home, and
Yeah.
I don't have to go out to the movie theater and pay all these prices. So yeah, streaming, is competing with movies.
Right.
But
But this isn't. I don't think this here is a good way to compete against
No.
streaming.
No,
this is putting a nail to the coffin.
Exactly. Exactly.
A couple of months ago, I went to see. She Said, right, the true story about the reporters uncovering the Harvey Weinstein scandal.
yeah, I
right?
saw that.
Do you know? I went in the afternoon, and I counted about how many people in the theater. I went to a Thursday. I believe a Thursday night. I believe maybe the 7 p.m. showing. They usually do that, before a day before Friday, when it comes widely released. You know how many people are in that an auditorium? Including myself, about 6.
Okay.
Excellent movie, by the way.
Right.
But see what I mean? Like they're not going out to these performance-driven films. Everybody's watching their dollar. They rather go to something big, like something like Ant-Man, Top Gun Maverick. Where you want to go IMAX. You can't duplicate that experience in your home theater. I don't think. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's talk about IMAX for a second. IMAX is naturally more expensive.
Yeah.
Can you? So this extra $2 even holds more weight with that.
Gosh, it's over $20, I believe, in that
Yeah.
IMAX showing, or Adobe Cinema.
Right. Dolby Cinema, which is what's the other RPX? RPX.
Yeah, I think Regal has like RPX.
Oh, Regal has that. I'm sorry, that's Regal. That's a Regal thing.
Oh, the 4D.
Yeah, 4D.
I'm not. I don't do 4D. That's overrated.
I've never done that.
That's stupid. I don't need to smell or feel something. Screw that.
Yeah.
Come on.
And concessions, you're not even talking about that.
Well, concessions is a lot of money, and that's why Lenore says we buy our snacks at the dollar store.
I was asking the employees there, hey, can I bring my water bottle? They go, oh yeah, as long as it's not, you're not showing like outside beverage from like Starbucks.
Oh yeah, people hide stuff.
Yeah,
People come in like packing.
I know. I think I need a better jacket or something.
It's more challenging in the summertime,
Oh yeah.
right? Because then you gotta, what am I gonna do? Like, I'll be real with you. For me, I'm I don't care how much it costs. I buy my popcorn there. I love the freaking movie popcorn. I can't say no to that. I just can't.
You
People be
know,
like, "Bring your popcorn from the store." I'm like, "No, it's not the same. It's not
yeah,
the
it's not the same.
same."
And when we're like, Ralph, you're a A-lister too. See, you don't feel too guilty spending that because like the admission's already covered. See, when you're a A-lister, you're just forking out the gas to get there, the time, and you know
Yeah,
you're just forking out the concession. So I don't feel too bad buying a popcorn or buying a
because we're as an A list, you get the large one for the regular price. For
yeah, and you get rewards too
and you
when
get rewards, and so you do save a little bit of money at the concession stand. Not too much, but a little,
a little
right?
bit. Yeah.
Lenore said, "Buy yourself a man purse
Oh,
to hide the
okay.
shit in it." That's true. That's a smart idea. I'm telling you, it's a smart move. It's good. You know, and again, this has to do with people like look, Carlito. This is I think Carlito made a good point here. Let me ask you this. It says, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I rarely go to the movies anymore. Do young people age 15 to 25 still go to the movies in the same numbers as in previous years? Based on my experience, Carlito, I would have to say not really. I do see young people in the theater. I do. But back in the day, they used to come in droves.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
In droves. It was like the most of the theater and it was loud as hell. When I went to see Friday the 13th Part
Especially for
4,
horror movies, exactly. I was just
especially
gonna
for
say
horror
that.
movies. Yeah.
You had all the teenagers go out there. I mean,
Yeah.
I used to go, when the Friday 13 movie came out, when Nightmare on
Yeah.
Elm Street movie came out, all those 80s slashers. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
I saw them in the movie theaters.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was it was like going into a rock concert. You wouldn't stop. You couldn't hear the yourself. You couldn't hear you hear the screams, the cheers, the jeers, the this, the that, you know? And that in and of itself was for me, at least in that time period, an experience. Like I remember when I went to see The Lost Boys in the summer of '87. That was the blockbuster of that summer.
I remember.
And
Yeah.
and people lost their minds in the theater. And I loved it. I saw it, I think, 3 times that summer in the theater just to see other people's reaction because I did that. I love doing that crap because I enjoyed the movie myself so much it deserved those watches.
I saw that with the kids not too long ago.
The Lost Boys.
Yeah, and they hated it. They
What?
did not like it. No.
Oh,
No,
What?
they did not like it. I was like, what? Yeah, and they didn't like the Nightmare on Elm Street either.
The
whoa.
original
Yeah, the original one. They didn't like it.
1984 Nightmare.
Yeah, and they're pretty big horror. Like they love horror. And
It's a generation because now, like the younger crowd, they want like a Michael Bay movie. Fast editing. Something happens every 2 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. It's not like the pacing and the way they make films. Back in our time when we're watching them, like in the '80s and all that, mid '70s, whatever. The pacing's a lot different. Like the films we see today, everything's like cranking up the the sound and whatever, and they're expecting that,
Yeah,
I think like kind of like a music video almost.
pretty much.
The attention span is like a lot shorter now, even, so they
I would I wouldn't say that about most other young people. Like my kids, my daughters want to, they're older now and they get it. Like they can see movies
oh yeah,
and
yeah.
and if they like it, it holds them. It holds them all the way to the end. I've taken my daughter, my younger one, to the horror, to the theaters to see movies,
Yeah.
and she
And
would love them. She would love the
this is going to
experience.
kill the whole communal experience that we grow to love. This is the
Yeah,
reason we're going to the movie.
this crap right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
This nonsense, the value Sightline. First of all, let's give you some perspective. If they really want to go that way, I might be inclined to do the standard Sightline up front or even the front row. You know why? Because the theaters are built differently now. You see, even the front row is a
the
little
screen's
bit
far away.
more
Hmm.
Yeah.
far from the
You
screen
just got to recline your seat
because
back.
it's the recliner. So each row is more wider apart from each other. Back then they were like close to each other. Everybody was like squeezed in like sardines, you know. And if you were
Yeah.
in the front row, you were screwed because the screen was literally a
Right in
few
front
feet
of your
away from
face.
you, huh?
Yeah, right in front of your face.
Right in front of your face.
I remember seeing Ghostbusters in the theaters, and it was pretty much sold out.
And it was like that.
Yeah. Well, back then they didn't have reserved seatings. It's
I
like,
know,
you know, yeah.
but did you
So
see it in the front row?
yeah, I had to sit in the front row, and that was like the last time I sat in the front row because the experience was so terrible. Maybe that's why I don't like Ghostbusters so much because my experience was so bad. Yeah, but I sat in the front row, and it was the worst experience. But you're right. Now the theaters are a little bit farther away.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get going right now. So,
Robert,
thank you for having me, Ralph.
Always, brother.
Enjoy Ant-Man.
Yeah, enjoy the movie.
We'll let you know. I'll let you guys know.
Yes, please.
Pablo, nice seeing you again.
You too, man.
All right, we'll see you.
We'll see you. Take care.
Later. All right. So here, hold on. Let me do this too. All right. So, I did that movie that I did. Remember Flatliners?
Mm-hmm.
The original one, not the remake.
Yeah.
That was a front row movie experience for me. Flatliners. I think that was the summer of 1990.
Yeah, I think that's a '90s movie. Mm-hmm.
It was 1990, and a group of us from college went to see that. And it was the front row. That's all they had, and stuff like that.
And then you guys tried it afterwards. You wanted to see if it worked or not. You guys got together and right. Wasn't Flatliners like they're dead and they try to bring you back?
They try to bring them back. Yeah,
yeah, right. It was like an experiment.
To see if there was anything in the afterlife.
That's what I'm saying. You guys didn't. You guys didn't go back to Grace's house and like try to like see if you can.
What the hell are you talking about? No, it wasn't people from Grace's house. It was a group from college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a group from college. Funny enough. Yeah, I had other groups of people I used to hang with. I wasn't that, closed in. I had a lot of people. Yeah. So, there you go, people. I mean, like, let's be for real. I mean, we're getting the different opinions from other people regarding this. And if you see the screen, and I'll put it in again.
But that's not official, right? That's not confirmed.
What what I just showed?
Yeah. I don't know because I haven't seen that.
Well, can I share something with you here? Let's say, for sake of argument, all right. Let's say I wanted to see Ant-Man this weekend, right? So I go to my app, and let's say I go to my AMC app, right? I have my AMC app on my phone. And let's say, okay, here it is, Ant-Man and Wasp. All right, here we go. All right, I got the Ant-Man and Wasp information, right? All right, cool. All right, let's say I want to buy tomorrow's Friday, the 17th, right? All right, I see that there's going to be a 9 o'clock showing, right? So let's say I want to hit the 9 o'clock. There it is. See it, right?
Oh, they do have it. Yeah, preferred, standard, and value.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is, people.
So if you're like a family of 5 like us and we want to go there, we won't be able to sit together if we want to just get regular seats, because
what do you mean
with the image that you were showing, if on the side it was only 4 seats, the 5th seat ran into the preferred. Can you can you put up that slide that picture again, that image?
That's a good point.
No, not your phone. The preferred. Yeah.
All right, hold up. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Hey, how come I can't get it back in?
Okay.
There it is.
So you see, there's 4 seats on either side, which are standard sight lines. That's if you're next to the preferred. Right. Like that section, which is still, that's pretty good if you kind of sit. So family 5, there's only 4 seats available. One of them you either have to pay the extra, or they will have to sit in the back, or we'll have to go to the standard sideline, which is right behind the value Sightline, which is, I mean, which pretty much the same thing. The
It
front
is.
row seats, you know.
You're right. You're right. And you see that's what I'm talking about. It gets complicated.
But it
Why
gets
do they
complicated
want
for us. For them, if they're making the money, they don't
Yeah.
care. They don't care if a family
But-
five can't sit together or it has to pay extra for one or two seats because it kind of goes into their section of. So no, they don't care. So as long as they're making money, and I'm telling you, Ralph, if they do make money, and this is everyone is going to do it. All the other theaters are going to do it, and it's going to become the norm.
Well, then,
Unfortunately.
if that ends up happening, I mean, I don't know how long they're gonna keep on.
Just like concerts, like who questions? Oh, why
it
do the
does-
front row cost
No,
more
but
than
when you're in a
no one
con-
questions that anymore?
Listen, when you're in a concert, it's different because I understand why it's close. You know, there's more. It costs more to be up front than it is to be all the way in the back because you could see more. You could be closer to the people. You know,
It's the experience.
it's the experience is radically different to be up front than it is to be all the way up in the cheap seats. But Pablo, this is a freaking screen. It's just a screen. That's the thing that I can't wrap my head around. Like they think that they're doing us a favor. They're pleased to announce. You saw the news. You read it. Pleased pleased? You're pleased. I'm not pleased to hear it. You know?
They make it sound like they're doing us a service
I
by
don't see
providing
how.
this, and it's not. It's
I don't see how they're providing a service to us. They're compromising our overall movie experience. We just want to go there for the movie. Look, you want to raise prices, raise them at the concession stands. That would be my opinion because that's where you make the bulk of your money anyway.
well,
People
that's how
are still,
they make. That's how they make their money. the
That's how
concession.
they make their money, the concessions. So why
They hardly
bother-
make money off the tickets. So
Exactly. So why bother? Why do that? Why do that? Right? That's the part that I don't understand. If they make most of their money from the concessions, and you know, why do they think? Sorry, why do they think that by creating this tier thing or whatever this sightline pricing policy, why do they think that somehow is a service?
yeah,
It's a disservice.
I'm
if
curious to see who likes this idea, you know, or who's for it. I haven't read.
I haven't found anyone yet who,
I haven't found
who likes the
anyone.
idea.
Yeah, no, everyone's
Nobody.
against it. So
You know, and if they let me tell you something, if they start seeing prices drop and numbers drop because of lack of attendance to these theaters over the course of time, don't be surprised if they just chuck the whole idea. I would like to see that happen.
didn't a movie
Yeah.
chain just go bankrupt?
Which
Regal,
one?
not
Multiplex?
Regal. Who just
Multiplex?
went? Yeah, who just announced that they went bankrupt and they're closing theaters?
I did
A
not.
chain. Is it Regal?
No, I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. Movie theater going bankrupt. Movie theater bankrupt.
Yeah, Regal Cinemas to shut down 39 U.S. theaters amid bankruptcy.
Wow. Look at that. And you see, Regal, we used to go to the Regal up in New Rochelle.
New Rock City.
New York City.
That's Regal. Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
stopped.
the
I stopped going there a long time ago. It's funny, actually. The last time I went there, I went to see Conjuring 2,
Oh, okay.
and my experience was so bad because it was full of just everyone laughing, cracking stupid jokes. It was full of like teenagers just being just being stupid, and it really ruined my experience. And I said, never again. I was gonna just stop going to the movies back then.
then,
And then I found Alamo.
Alamo.
And Alamo has the whole, that strict silent policy, and I like that. They do their best to enforce it. So I really enjoy that, and so I've been going there. I mean, I have my issues with Alamo too,
Right.
but for the most part, I do enjoy going there. That's why I got the season pass. And that's usually like how I get to see my horror movies, like the ones I kind of go by myself. I saw Megan there. I'm gonna go see Scream. I get to see, but the big movies like the Ant-Mans, all those, when we all go as a family, it's expensive.
It is expensive. Jay just said 2 AMCs have been closed in his area.
What area is he in?
He lives in
Where are you, Jay?
Iowa.
Oh,
He's from Iowa. So
Okay.
so I was gonna say Idaho. I always confuse the two.
no, I think it is Idaho. Wasn't he
No,
talking about potatoes?
no, I
Remember
was
when
talking
we,
about potatoes because I felt like an idiot.
oh, okay.
He's from
I think, yeah, you're right.
from
Iowa.
Iowa.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yes, Iowa. Des
yeah,
Moines.
yeah. That's
Des Moines.
they, huh?
Des Moines. Des Moines, Iowa.
That's how you pronounce that?
Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Right, Jay? I'm pronouncing it right, right?
Yeah,
Des Moines,
He's
Iowa?
known for corn, not potatoes.
Not Des Moines. Corn.
I was
that's
about
it.
to say Des Moines.
Because I remember we were having a
was gonna say-
conversation at Alex's house, and we were talking about like.
Yes.
I was asking him like what was like the main attraction.
Yeah.
And he was talking about like parades and like those type of the things that you see like in the movies, like when you see like a small town.
Yeah, yeah.
And they all get together for like a 4th of July. They have a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
cookout
yeah.
and like
That's real. That happens there.
Yeah, that happens in,
don't know.
in Iowa.
I've never been there, so I wouldn't know. I would love to go to Iowa one day. Do some astrophotography in some like empty lots or a big field somewhere where away from all the city lights.
Yes, see, yeah, he said I'm saying it right.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm glad he said it right. I didn't say it right, man. But here's the thing, right? He said 2 AMC theaters closed down, so AMC is not without its struggles. It's clear. And just like other movie theater companies, you know what? I just realized something. That Regal Theater, if that Regal Theater in New
New Rock?
Rochelle, in New Rock closes, guess what? That's gonna become an AMC. Easy. Think about it.
Either that or Halloween City when Halloween comes around.
Probably. But I see it becoming an AMC. Because it has all the theaters are already there.
I think Ralph missed the joke there. He just went.
Yeah.
The whole joke is that Halloween's like every time a big company closes, Halloween City moves in, and they.
Oh,
That's that
you
was
mean
my.
the costume?
Yes, the costume place, Halloween City.
Oh my God, that's true. That's true. That's true. Because that's an amazing. Anyway, look, movie theaters, ladies and gentlemen. If we're all listening to the replay on this, Spirit of Halloween, yeah, Spirit
Yes,
of
man.
Halloween. There it is.
Yeah, Spirit. Hmm.
Spirit or Halloween City.
Yeah.
Those are the two main ones. I can't
Yeah.
think of any others.
They always take over like last
an
year.
empty store
Yeah,
that
like
they have-
remember Modell's and Bruckner
Yeah.
that closed down.
Yeah.
Halloween City was like
In
that.
Halloween City. I'd be like, what is this? Like, oh, great. Now we can all get our cheap costumes there. No, but Pablo, you and I have been moviegoers for as long as we can remember at this place. You've shared with me some amazing stories of your experience as a kid, going to see like Dawn of the Dead in the
that's-
movie theater, right? With your brother and how your brother took and how that traumatized your ass, but how it made you a hardcore horror fan, which I definitely appreciate with this. My introduction to horror happened more at home in videos and stuff like that. Victor used to show me a lot of the movies he had on VHS when VHS was a new and upcoming thing. And then when I went to the theater for the first time to see Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, it was at night. It was with my friend Tony at the time. And it was an amazing, fun experience. Yes, people were screaming in the theater. People were losing their minds. But guess what? It worked. It worked, and it kind of went well rhythmically to the movie as it flowed with its scares and its chaos. I loved it. And that's when I really said, well, this is definitely a thing for me. And that was at the Lowe's Paradise Theater on Fordham, near Fordham Road on the Grand Concourse.
Yeah, I didn't go. I didn't go to that one. Well, that's where you grew up, so that was your theater.
That's where I grew up. That was my go-to and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
mine
So
was the Circle Theater, the Palace.
right. So so everybody, there were movie theaters everywhere, and people were always
Yes.
entertained. And let me tell you something: since the dawn of the motion picture industry, people have always loved. I mean, my God, back in the early part of the 20th century, people used to pay just a dime or 5 cents to go see a movie. You know what I mean?
And then we
So,
had the double features.
and
You
then
know.
they had the double features
Yep.
back in the day where you could see two for the price of one. In
Or,
those theaters,
or stay if you wanted to see it again. You just stayed.
exactly. I used to walk in the middle of the joint. Oh shit, I missed the beginning. Well, I guess I'll just hang around and watch the whole thing again from the top. And that's what you did. That's what you did. And I love that. Those were fun times. You know, and
Yeah,
now,
there are experiences that are like our kids would not experience things like that.
mhm,
But they'll have their own different experience.
they'll
But
have
yeah,
their own different experience. I don't want to be one to like down the movie theater or going experience for the younger generation because I see them in the theater. It's not that they don't go; they go. Maybe not as many as when we were younger, but I see them there, and and I do appreciate Alamo Drafthouse for enforcing their quiet policies and stuff like that. It might be something I might consider going back to. I used to go to them quite often. I've kind of stopped because of the AMC membership I had. But now that this whole thing is happening, Pablo, I have to admit, this is a new, this is the beginning of either something better or something worse as far as the movie industry is concerned. Because if worse comes to worse, and people find them, if AMC, the president or owners of AMC, find themselves making a lot less money than they initially thought they were going to end up with because of this decision they've made.
it's the
You
last thing we have that where you can pay. Everyone can pay the same price and sit anywhere you want. But every other form of entertainment, it's you pay more if you can pay more if you can afford it, then you get better treatment. Like the same thing with the theme parks.
Yeah.
If you go to let's say Universal Studios or Disney,
Right.
and you pay more, you'll get like the fast pass, where you skip the lines.
Exactly.
But for those that can't afford it, oh well, you're gonna be waiting 2, 3, 4 hours online for one ride. But
Exactly.
those that can afford it, hey, skip the line. Go to the front, go do it again if you want to. But here movies, we can pay all the same price, and I know it's only $1 or $2, and people are saying, "Oh, it's only a couple of dollars," but
But that builds up.
it builds up, and it's the principle. It's
the
what's
principle of
behind
it,
it.
yeah. Yeah.
It's what's behind it. Those that can't afford it get better treatment, and those that cannot afford it, they get the scraps. Oh, sit in the front.
Yeah, sit in
It's
the
a
front,
value. It's a value section. Yeah,
It's the value section. Look, he's in the value section. Like that Eddie Murphy joke. You can't afford it. You can't remember that? Eddie Murphy delivered. You can't afford it.
Yes,
That kind of crap.
Seinfeld has a funny line too in his bit, and he talks about like airlines, like the stewardess when she closes the curtain for the first class,
Yeah.
and she has that kind of that look, as she's looking at everybody, and as she's closing it, she looks at everybody like, well, if you worked a little harder.
That's messed up. That's messed up. That's wrong.
Did you ever fly first class?
Once. It was free. It was for my honeymoon, actually.
Oh, cool.
Years ago. We didn't intend on it. All we had to do, listen, people out there, if you are with someone and these days anybody could do it. It doesn't matter. It could be a woman and a man and man, woman and woman, doesn't matter. If you tell them you're all going away on your honeymoon, chances are they'll put you in first class for free.
Oh, wow. That's
Take
cool.
advantage of the opportunity, all right?
How was the experience? Like, just did you feel like set apart from like everybody else? Like, oh,
No, Not really. Like I was all right. Like it was my first time on a plane since I was 5, so I didn't have anything to gauge it with, or to compare it
Yeah.
with. So you know,
I never flew first class. I had a chance to when I was picking up my ticket.
yeah,
On the the when you print out the ticket at
yeah.
the little why can't I think of what it's
Kiosk,
called?
kiosk.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It said, "Oh, do you want to upgrade to first class for only $50 more?" And I considered it just for the experience, just to say,
So that you can say, I
yeah,
read first class.
and I was like, nah, screw that. I'm not paying
Ah,
$50 for
$50. I could buy myself a new pair of shoes with $50. Well, maybe not a pair of shoes, but you know what I mean.
yeah.
You know. Lenore says 42nd Street used to be 3-4 movies and was all day thing. It
Yeah,
was.
yeah. All the theaters had like they will only play like one or two movies. The Circle Theater only had like two theaters. You know, the Circle Theater. Have you ever?
I've
Did
never
you?
been to the Circle Theater.
Oh my goodness, it was
Quite a theater, huh?
it was quite a theater. It felt like going to the theaters like in on Times Square back in the '80s. Not Broadway, but like 9th Street or 10th Street.
The seedy ones?
Yeah, yeah, it felt like that,
Circle was seedy. Seedy Circle.
yeah, the Circle Theater was. I remember seeing Cujo with my mom. My mom took me to see Cujo,
Your mom took you to see
and it
Cujo?
was, and everyone with the theater was like smoking weed, and the smell of it was like,
Oh my
and,
God.
and I'm sitting there watching Cujo with my mom.
You guys were like heading back home, like reeking of the stuff, like I shot the sheriff and like oh my God. And Carlito, yeah. I know, Carlito. Carlitos were off. And theaters throughout the Bronx. Yeah. Marty says it best. We had theaters all over the Bronx. We had the Circle, we had the Capri, we had the Valentine, we had the RKO, we had the Lowe's Paradise. What am I missing?
In Taboro on East Tremont, which is not here.
Interboro and East Tremont.
The New American, which is in Parkchester,
New
behind Woolworths. Remember
That was
Woolworths?
the last. What you said, Woolworth. Holy
You
God!
remember? It was behind. Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't grow up in that area,
Oh, Parkchester. Yeah.
but it was in Parkchester, and
Palace Theater.
the Palace Theater.
I saw Nightmare on Elm Street 4, the Palace Theater.
And that's what
And
I'm talking about. These are the experiences we're going to remember. Now, what's going to happen? What's going to become of the movie industry now? Right? I understand inflation. I get it. The inflation is always going to be a thing, right? Yeah, we had the Valentine. Oh, there's a double meaning there. Thank you. um, so yeah, these were our experiences. These were our movie theater experiences. What were yours out there? Those of you who are watching the replay or whatever, comment, put comments underneath to share with us your experiences, movie theaters growing up, maybe a recent one that you experienced, maybe something that like us two here, old fogies, went all the way in the back. I'm the old fogey, not Pablo. He's gonna stay young forever. But but think about that. This is part of our culture. It didn't matter who you were. It didn't matter. You could be straight, you could be gay, you could be black, you could be white, you could be Asian, you could be Native American, you could be Latino, you could be whoever you are. It didn't matter. When you all gather in the movie theater and the lights go down and you experience that screen, everything else goes away. And that's what makes the movie theater experience worth going to. But is it going to be worth $2 extra more? $2 extra less? We do not know. I guess we're going to have to wait and see how this works out. I don't know. And in the meantime, I'm going to start going to see my movies on Tuesdays.
or before 4 o'clock.
Or before 4 o'clock. Which I have no problem with because I tend to go to bed earlier these days anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of this interesting discussion. Let us know what you think about this incredibly ridiculous change that AMC Theaters is doing with their ticketing policy. Let us know in the comments below. I'd like to thank Pablo for joining me
Thank you
for
for
this
having me.
discussion. It was a
This
lot
was
of
cool.
fun. It was cool. I hope we have more discussions like this again. I want to expand our topics. And I want to thank Robert, who had left us earlier, for also being part of the discussion and joining us.
Yeah, he left us early because he wants us to go see Ant-Man.
Yeah, and I wonder if he had to spend $2 extra. I don't know. But I want to thank Jay. I want to thank Mari. I want to thank Carlito. I want to thank Lenore for joining us in the discussion. And I will thank the rest of you in advance in the replays. In the meantime, I am Ralph, and this is Pablo. And this is Horror and Coffee, where I'm not having coffee, but because of our topic, I had to get the edge off a little bit.
I have coffee actually. I
Good
came
for you.
prepared.
Good. Pablo has coffee.
I have my notes. I
You
have
had your
coffee,
notes, and
and I have my horror.
and and you have your heart. And if who here wants to see Pablo start a YouTube channel called Pablo's Notes, where he has notes about stuff, not just notes to write in, but musical notes, because he's my brother guitarist.
I see what you did there. Oh,
You see
yeah,
what you did? You got the different kind of notes. I like that. That's good. All right, guys. Until next time, this is Ralph and from Horror and Coffee, and that's again Pablo. Take care. Have a great night. Take care, guys.